Mary reimagined, wonders will never end. In the beginning. In the small suburban town of New York, Nebraska, about 50 miles from Lincoln, the state capital, life was quiet and predictable. It was in March, and farmers were planning their corn and soybean production season. The rural banks were especially busy as farmers were busy with operating loan applications. On the far west of town sat New York University, a liberal arts school with about 3,000 students population. Students were anxiously waiting for spring break to start so they could travel to spring break destinations around the country. Mary, a sophomore at the university, had a different plan. Her fiancé, Joseph, was not in college. He was a 21-year-old young farmer and was well known in town due to his sudden shot to fame, thanks to Mary. Joey was the previous year's millennial farmer. Although he wasn't technologically savvy, Mary was and used her social media skills to promote Joey's farming activities. He became so popular that he was invited to speak at events nationwide. Mary, of course, had her own massive social media presence. New York was small but vibrant due to the presence of the university. It was a college town with rows of identical houses lining the streets. Students mostly rented those close to campus. The air buzzed faintly with the hum of Wi-Fi routers and the occasional ring of a smartphone notification. Amidst this digital hum, Joey's fiancée, Mary, a 19-year-old college student with a penchant for activism and a growing TikTok following. She was known for her posts advocating mental health awareness and community building, her words resonating with a generation hungry for authenticity. She leverages her TikTok videos on Shorts and Reels and has over 2 million followers worldwide. Mary and Joey. Mary was ordinary in many ways but extraordinary in her kindness. She had a talent for making everyone feel seen, whether through a comment on a post or a small act of kindness in real life. Her fiancé was a quiet and steady presence. In addition to farming, Joey was a handyman and could fix things whether they were broken furniture, clogged drains, concrete, or fractured hearts. Together, they made a team that was as much about mutual respect as it was about affection. Mary and Joey started dating in high school and spent much time together. However, due to college life and active farming, they did not have enough time for themselves. Spring break was perfect for that. Mary took a break from school, and Joey relaxed before the hectic planting season began. The strange encounter. In the quiet town of New York, Nebraska, Mary, a college student with a passion for activism, finds her life turned upside down when she receives a mysterious message. Mary was alone one nippy evening of spring break while Joey was out with the boys. A strange notification popped up on her laptop as she sat editing a video for her latest campaign. It wasn't from any app she recognized. The screen flickered and was in sync with her cell phone. She was scared, thinking the hackers from China or Russia or someone who hated her activism had taken over her devices. Then suddenly, a shimmering figure appeared, like a hologram, pixelated at first but slowly taking the form of a serene, glowing presence. She was petrified, thinking it was an alien. "Do not be afraid" appeared in bold text across the laptop and cell phone screens. "Mary," the figure's voice echoed, reverberating as if it came from the depths of cyberspace. "You have found favor in the eyes of the divine. You will conceive a child, and this child will bring light to the world." Mary froze, her hands trembling over the keyboard. "What is this? Some kind of augmented reality prank? Who are you?" "I am Gabriel," the figure replied, "a messenger of truth. This is not a prank. What I share with you is real. The world needs a beacon, and you have been chosen." The figure vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving Mary staring at the empty space and then the blank screen. Her mind raced with disbelief and a swirl of questions she couldn't articulate. She slammed her laptop shut and took a deep breath. She quickly called the school's help desk to report the suspected hacking incident. After an IT specialist accessed and assessed her laptop remotely, he detected no malicious activity. Mary convinced herself it was just a bizarre dream brought on by late nights and too much caffeine. Lonely Mary. Joey and Mary did not live together, and this was especially so since they decided to practice abstinence before marriage. So, she was able to avoid Joey for some time and did not share the strange encounter with him or anyone else. Because of her mental health activism, she wanted to fully grasp the meaning before doing so. But she had another reason for not sharing with Joey immediately. She felt Joey would misconstrue the "you will conceive a child" statement and thought she was luring him into sleeping with her. A month passed, and Mary went about her life as usual, though the memory of the encounter lingered. Then came the symptoms: fatigue, nausea, and cravings that made no sense. A visit to the campus clinic confirmed the impossible: she was pregnant. When the doctor asked about her partner and family history, Mary could only stammer, "But I've never." She tells Joey. The days that followed were a whirlwind of confusion and fear. Mary confided in Joey, showing him the test results and recounting the strange vision. She braced herself for skepticism or even anger, but Joseph surprised her with his calmness. Still, doubt clouded his eyes as he tried to process what this meant for their lives. Through it all, Mary's unwavering faith and love for her community shined through, inspiring those around her. The cat is out of the bag. Unfortunately, a nurse at the clinic Mary visited, who knew about Mary's social media activism, leaked the story to the local newspaper to publicly shame her, claiming Mary was fake and was all along having sex with Joey while preaching abstinence to her social media followers. The uproar on social media was so intense and full of lies, hence, Mary decided to clear the air by sharing her story online, which was good because she gained 1 million more followers. Sitting cross-legged on her bed, she filmed a video with trembling hands. "Hi, everyone," she began, "I'm not sure how to say this, but something incredible and terrifying has happened to me." She recounted the vision, the pregnancy, and the inexplicable circumstances. Within hours, the video went viral. It goes viral. The internet exploded. Hashtags like #ModernMiracle, #Mary's Story, and #FakeMary trend on every platform, and news outlets like CNN, Fox, MSNBC, BBC, and Al Jazeera picked it up. Opinions were sharply divided. Some people called her a liar, a fame seeker, or worse. Others rallied around her, offering support and sharing their own stories of inexplicable events. Conspiracy theorists dissected her every word while theologians debated the possibility of divine intervention in the digital age. Joey's juggling mind. As the scrutiny grew, Joey became wearier, with accusing fingers pointed at him everywhere he went. His social media followers mainly were condemnatory, accusing him of taking advantage of an innocent college girl. The backlash was so severe that he decided to break up with Mary quietly as soon as it subsided, as he did not want to do it immediately, not to put fuel on the fire. He was also concerned about how that might devastate Mary, whom he still loved. "If anyone could be part of something miraculous, it's definitely Mary," he said quietly several times. She flees town. Mary and Joey tried to lean on each other, but the hateful messages began to weigh on them, so Mary decided to sneak out of town to live with her cousin, Liz, for a while. Liz lived in Butte, a hilly village of about 250 people and 180 miles from New York. Butte still relied on the dial-up internet, so Liz wasn't big into social media and was unaware of Mary's issues. Since there wasn't a direct public transportation service between New York and Butte, and Joey did not want to be seen in public with Mary, he arranged for an Uber to take her to see Liz instead of driving her up there. Liz, cousin of Mary. When Liz heard Mary's voice, the baby in her womb leaped strangely. Unbeknownst to Mary, Liz, her beloved cousin, was also pregnant, but unlike Mary, she was married. Hers was also considered a miracle since she was in her 50s and past the normal conception age. So, Mary couldn't wait to share her bizarre situation and ask her for advice. When Liz heard Mary's voice, something strange happened. She immediately knew everything Mary had gone through and began to bless her, saying, "You are the most blessed of all women, and blessed is the child you will bear." Mary replied, saying, "My soul glorifies the Lord." Mary was about to withdraw from all her classes and stay with Liz for 3 months. However, an even more strange thing happened. The slow dial-up internet suddenly blazed fast, like fiber internet or 5G speed. As a result, she could complete the rest of the semester online as her professors were supportive and allowed her to join classes synchronously through Zoom. The fast speed of the internet remained so throughout Mary's visit. Support for Mary. While Mary was away, news outlets began showing up at their door, and Mary's parents, initially skeptical, became her fiercest defenders. Her social media followers also became more supportive as they felt the backlash was unwarranted. Some even created a baby shower registry and a GoFundMe account to raise money to support her and the baby. Joey had decided to avoid all social media. His laptop was turned off most of the time. One night, while grappling with how to break the breakup news to Mary, he received a strange email. It was unsigned, but the subject line read, "Do not fear." The message spoke directly to him, reassuring him that he was part of a grand plan and urging him to stand by Mary. The email ended with GPS coordinates to his grandfather's hometown, Laramie, WY. What made the email even more strange was that his laptop was turned off then, which made him fully believe Mary's story. Back in town, Mary returned to New York in mid-July and, a month later, got married to Joey in the presence of only family members. Although they moved in together to Joey's 2-bedroom apartment, they maintained their abstinence agreement until Mary delivered in December. The weeks leading up to the birth were fraught with challenges. Mary's health took unexpected turns, and the constant attention made privacy a luxury. But through it all, she remained steadfast. She spoke to her followers with daily video updates about faith, love, and the importance of community. She never claimed to have all the answers, but her honesty inspired many. The birth. It was an election year, so in November, Joey and Mary had to travel to his grandfather's town, Laramie, WY, to vote, as that is where he registered. It had snowed in WY, and the roads were treacherous, but they followed the mysterious GPS coordinates that Joey had received. They were unsure of the exact location to go to in Laramie as the town was shut down, and all the hotel rooms were full. The only room available was a cattle shed provided by a Wyoming farmer. The birth was live-streamed, not by choice, but not precisely so. While the farmer's wife and other women were assisting Mary with the birthing, a rogue drone live broadcasted the exterior of the cattle shed. Millions watched in awe as the baby, a boy, was born under a night sky illuminated by an inexplicable aurora. Mary and Emmanuel. The video of Mary holding her child, her face glowing with exhaustion and joy, became the most watched clip in internet history. The baby's name, announced by Mary in a trembling voice, was Emmanuel, which she explained meant God with us. In the following months, the world changed in subtle but profound ways. People began reaching out to one another with kindness, inspired by Mary's story. Scientists debated the phenomenon, and spiritual leaders called it a sign of hope. Mary, Joey, and Emmanuel retreated from the spotlight, choosing a quiet life filled with love and purpose. Mary's final post before disappearing from social media read, "The world is full of mysteries we may never understand. But what I've learned is this: love, faith, and hope are the most powerful forces we have. Take care of each other." The end.